RideHarder YouTube channel.
Welcome to another day of triathlon training with TriathlonDan.
In a very, very cold North Sea of Phoenix, so I'll hand you over to TriathlonDan.
Thank you to Tri-Sci and his wife Charlotte for that introduction. Rather you than me in that sea, that's for sure. But yeah, good training. See you in a few weeks at RX. Right, this morning I'm at Darley Moor race circuit doing a crit. So this is a Cat 3-4 race. There's about 75 people entered online and they're taking entries on the day. So it's going to be pretty much like the Tour de France. Darley Moor, for those that don't know, is well, like a closed road race circuit, which is excellent. And it's shaped like, well, like a triangle, but I can relate to it a bit more by saying it's shaped like a Dorito. So the start finish straight is down here. It's ever so slightly uphill from that far hairpin to the finish line. There's a little chicane as well, but if you're in a small group you don't really have to turn, but if you're in a big group it is a bit of a right left, and then down there to that corner, up a tiny hill up to the top corner, and then down a slight hill to the bottom corner, then up again, and that's pretty much it. The corners are quite sharp. They are like you're down to probably 12 miles an hour or so, so it is like you're still in the big ring but you're quite far up the block. And then it's pretty much full gas out the corners. I entered this race because my club mate Lewis, who's only done a couple of crits this year, has entered it, and I said, oh, I won't leave you on your own. You know, lots of people on holiday, I'll come and do it with you. And then he's been unwell this week, so I'm here on my own. Don't worry, Lewis, no beef. I still need the race experience and the fitness and the training, etc. So I'm still going to do it. But that's my first excuse. I haven't got any teammates in the race. Not that it makes much difference at my level, but there you go. Yes, I'm looking for, I don't know, a good workout, number one. Keep it upright. It's really hard for me to make a good like race day video for this sort of stuff because Liz isn't here, none of my teammates are here, so they can't even stand on the side of the camera, and British Cycling don't allow cameras on bikes. I have thought about just risking it for a biscuit and put it on put my camera on the bike and just going with it. I've seen people with cameras on their bikes at races. However, I think having this platform, it's only a matter of time before British Cycling strike me from their record books and hand me a massive fine. I think Cam Jeffers got fined £200 and he had some race results stripped from him when he was recording in races, but I don't have the race results and I also don't have the money, so I'd rather they didn't fine me. Yeah, so there we go. I'll try and think about how I can do more in future. Plenty of people warming up now, which is making me think maybe I should get on the bike. I have just been and signed on. It is 9:05, we start at 9:30. I should probably go and get a bike out, shouldn't I, and put my pedals on and stuff like that. So yeah, there we go, there's the race. I will see you, I think, now after the race, and then we'll talk about how it's gone, and I'll tell you I did loads better than I actually did. See you soon. Oh, wind-wise, there's a stiff breeze coming from that way, which means there'll be a tailwind into the start-finish, then a headwind the other way. It doesn't really make much difference, does it really? There's always going to be a wind in one direction, just means it's harder one way than the other. I don't really know how I'm going to use that for race dynamics, but I'm going to give it a good go. My plan to win this race is to sit in the bunch for half an hour, 40 minutes, if I can, because that's going to be damn hard as it is. This is a Cat 3-4 race, not just a Cat 4 that I've been doing in the past. And then if I've got the legs, probably 40-45 minutes in, give it a good go and try and attack. But all best laid plans on that. Well, the race is not over, but it is over for me, and I haven't fallen off. I'm going to try and break down my morning and then just explain what's happened. Got up this morning, bowl of porridge, as per 365 days of the year. Drove to, that bowl of porridge was about 7:30, drove about 8 o'clock, got here at, when I get time to get here, 9:15. Went and signed on, had a little walk around, did a little video. About 9:10, had an OTE 40-gram carbs gel. 20 minutes to go, give it time to go down. 10 minutes to go, got on my bike, did 2 or 3 laps of the course, just did a few little like opener efforts, a little bit, mainly zone 2, nothing too hard, felt okay. It's always hard to tell how you feel, isn't it, when you're warming up. Started off the race, Dean's here, and we're going to see him in a minute. So I saw him on the start line. I think he likes to keep it low-key when he's racing. He's not too confident in a bunch, so I don't think he wants to make a big thing of it, but obviously worst person in the world to turn up at a race if you don't want to make a big thing of it because you're going to be on a camera. Anyway, started the race, placed myself well in the first few laps, just in the top 10, 15. It wasn't very hard at all, to be honest, and I'm not just saying that. You can tell when the bunch is just bunched up and you're hearing freewheeling all around you, the pace is not on. There were a couple of little attacks by people, nothing major, but I just felt absolutely shocking. I've not got any COVID symptoms before we start. just felt absolutely terrible. But I thought I'll stick it out for a few laps. You know, sometimes you feel bad, then you feel good, then you feel bad. I had a few sips of my carb drink, thinking, come on, I'll just give it a few minutes and I'll be all right. Wasn't really expecting myself to do any massive attacks or anything, just to feel a little bit better. Slowly worked my way back through the group, and then sat near the back. And when you know it isn't hard is when you're on the back and it's not even that hard. Normally the back's the worst place to be, but it wasn't even that hard. I eventually found Dean and he said, "You're right, mate." I was like, "No, I just feel terrible." So I'm going to keep plugging away, but I don't feel very good. Did another 2 or 3 laps, then found myself on the back and then just off the back, and I couldn't even push to try and close the gap, and the bunch was bunched up in front of me. It wasn't like they were stretched out attacking. So I dropped out about, I don't know, 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, I don't even know. I don't know, because I have some right technology issues. Look at this, it's just all frozen up. It was fine on the warm-up, and I stopped and saved it, then went to restart it down the start line, didn't start, and it was just frozen. I turned it off and on 3 times in the ride, and it's just not doing anything. So why I couldn't do that on a club ride or something rather than in a race, I don't know. But the numbers didn't matter too much because you just sat in a bunch, but it would have been nice to have the file, and I obviously need to sort that to use in future. There's some right technology issues at the minute. I'll cover those another day, I think. Anyway, let's go and chuck my number back at the organisers. Thanks very much for organising, and let's see how Dean's getting on. Didn't explain that last bit very well. When you dropped, you don't have to pull out. The organiser even said at the start, if you get dropped, if you want to wait for the peloton to come back round again, you're welcome to sit on the back as long as you pull out on the bell lap, so 1 lap to go, so that you're not affecting the sprint or the race results. Now it's absolutely fine, so you're not like getting dropped and wasting a race entry fee. You're still going to get a good workout and a good riding, but you're not allowed to sit on the breakaway. So when I was dropped from the bunch, I could have just sat up for a lap, waiting for the bunch to come around again and tried to sit on the back, but I just knew that that wasn't going to make a miracle recovery in 1 lap of easy spinning. Even now I just feel like weak and shaky and like I've bonked, but obviously I haven't, so I don't know. Anyway, hopefully Dean's going to win anyway. Go on, Dean! Come on, Dean! On, Dean.
Oh.
Enjoy that?
I don't know.
It's hard to see what's going off when you're only seeing you once a lap. It's like it all changes so fast.
Yeah.
It's
still not my thing.
Is it not?
No. Like you obviously saw, I sat it back out it way.
Yeah.
Or I'd go up front.
Yeah.
I don't like being in the middle.
Yeah.
So
it's such a big effort as well to get through the bunch to the front. By the time you get there, you're not fully fresh. Whereas if you were sat near the front,
well,
you could...
about lap 12, I went on front, didn't I? And I did try to stretch it out a bit, hoping someone would work a bit with me. Yeah. And no one comes past, and I did 2 laps on front, and then I thought, sod this, and then in the end I went around. I faced on the last corner.
Yeah. On the last lap, were you first on the last corner?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh right, wow, yeah, they really kicked hard, didn't they?
Yeah.
I saw the lap to go. I thought there was one lad about 20 metres off the front, and you were on the front of the bunch. I thought I couldn't tell if you were just working hard to bring him back, or if you were going to try and like attack or not. I don't know.
A bit of none of them.
Okay. Well, you can't do any more.
Or a bit of both.
Yeah. Positioning yourself well in the last corner. That's where you need a teammate to tell you to last corner.
Yeah. Like I say, I got to front on last corner, and then, but
them behind you have been sat in for the last 2 laps.
I was chatting to a lad, he just got his cat too, he was telling me, and he said I just towed everyone around to catch him up. Yeah. And then they just went past that last corner. I probably finished about 16th in the end. Yeah. But with about 3 laps to go, I was thinking I might just pull out because I don't fancy it. Okay. Yeah. So I just thought I'll go to it front to see what happens. Yeah. I thought you'd have a big attack with 3 or 4 laps to go or something like that. Yeah. But it's one of those things, if you're not going 5 or 6 miles an hour faster than everyone else, you just bring a bunch of it. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what I do. All right. Well done, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for getting some sort of content for the race. Because I can't deliver, but there you go. Okay, so it's now Saturday evening. We've had a great afternoon watching the Collins Cup and being asleep half of it. Just trying to stop this one from chasing these ones this evening. I'm going to clean my bike. I feel a lot better, to be honest, but I did feel okay until I asked my body to do something, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not going to do any more training today. I'm going to clean the bike because this was the bike that I rode to support Liz the other day, and as you can see, it is absolutely grimy. You would think that Liz would have cleaned it for me, wouldn't you? But Elizabeth, oh dear. What are you doing?
just recalibrating this door. We had to put new batteries in it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't believe it, but the chickens have got like an electric door that opens and closes at a certain time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go in and out to let the chickens out and put them away at night. And I've just swapped the batteries in it, which, as you can imagine, me trying to get my frame through that door that Liz is in was quite interesting. But Liz has now set the time for it to open and close based on sunrise and sunset, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct.
Excellent. Spoiled lot of chickens, aren't they?
They are.
So we have a chicken update. What's how are all four of them?
2 are broody, 2 are fine.
Yeah, so broody basically means, well, they think they're having kids, don't they? They think they're sitting on eggs.
They sit on fresh air.
Yeah, basically, and they've been broody for what, 6-7 weeks now?
Yep, 7 weeks.
Yeah, so you don't really see much of them, they just sit inside.
Now.
And then when you do get them out, they're not happy at all, hence they can hear all the clucking behind us because they're annoyed they've been turfed out of the bedroom. Aren't you? Yeah, you're kicking off. You're kicking off. Yeah. Anyway, so that is it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for. I'm gonna hope to do some sort of run tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Catch you later.